Well, g'day, it's Jono Brake here, and this is the third part in my series on purpose. And today, what we're going to do is just look at some specific questions when we want to discover our purpose. We've already talked about the overall purpose as a trail marker and all that sort of thing. The last video was about just the generalities of purpose and why purpose is important to a business. Today, we're going to talk about some questions you might ask to help discover your purpose. So here's a couple to start off straight away. The first one would be, why did I start this business in the first place? So that may have been because, you were working in a job and you realized that you could do a better job yourself and you could maintain your own standards. Remember, you could have your own purpose. You could set the standard. You could say, okay, this is how I want it to be. And so maybe that's why you did it in the first place. A couple of other questions. Now, with all these questions, we do cover them in our Forge Business program. The Forge Business program, which will be a link to, you can go and sign up for that. There's a light and a full version. It's a coaching program where we walk you through all the trail markers and help you establish your business, to set it up for success. So the second question you might ask is, what is it that I'm really passionate about? What is it that energizes me? And how can I do more of that? How can I turn that into a business? For me, it's about building entrepreneurial communities all over the world that can impact the cities they operate in. And so when I think about that, every time I build a group to coach, every time I do that, I'm fulfilling my purpose. I'm heading towards ultimately where I see this being, where these communities have deep impact in those cities. We're not quite there yet, but that's the whole point of purpose. It's a long way out. It's a big, hairy, audacious kind of idea. I wouldn't call it a goal, but it's certainly an objective. So that would be something else. The other thing is, what am I good at? What do I love doing? What are the things that really drive my passion? And so I remember someone once saying to me when I was doing a background in marketing, somebody said to me, he said, you are called to, and it was a calling for me, you are called to lead people in business. And in a Christian context, it was to be a marketplace pastor. Why don't you build a business around that? And so that's what I did. The whole point of being a coach is to lead, to teach, to guide, and to equip and empower business leaders to be everything that they need to be successful in business. Sorry, there are a ton of flies. I feel like I'm back in Australia. I should let you know that I'm actually in the Badlands of South Dakota. It's about 100 degrees, so it's pretty hot, but thankfully the sun's behind a cloud right now, just while I do this video, but there are flies everywhere, so this is perfectly feeling at home for an Aussie. And then a couple of the last questions, and there are many more, and we help you unpack the best questions for you to ask in terms of unpacking your purpose. But the last one I would really think about is, what is it that really inspires and excites me? So what's the thing you're willing to pound the table over and go, no, this is how it's going to be? Kind of like your core values, but these are things you're going to get excited about. The business you're going to go, I get excited about thinking about these economic communities all over the world. Business leaders coming together to influence and impact the cities that they operate in. So what inspires and excites you? And that's going to be a core piece of your purpose. And really, if you can find a way to mix some of these and other questions, and we will have other questions in the program as well, but if you can find a way to answer some of these questions and really pull yourself into, this is my purpose, to build economic communities all over the world that impact the cities they operate in. What is your purpose? I have a personal purpose, and that is to transform the world of the next person that I meet. So every day I get up, I think about, if I meet someone today, if I connect with someone today, do I change their world in some way? So these sorts of things are really important. And as we said yesterday, they not only help you say yes to a whole bunch of stuff, but they also teach you how to say no. So another question we might ask is, what are my core values and how does that play out in my business? We do actually walk people through a core value prompt sheet, and we help them really look at core values. We try and narrow it down to about 3 to 5 that are the most important things, because if you're building a business beyond you, where you've got team members playing into that, you've got to really think about your core values. For mine, they're faith, family, fun, proximity, and getting results. And so I love all 5 of those. And so, I can unpack those some other time. But at the end of the day, you need to know your core values, and then you can determine out of those core values, what does that mean for your message? What does that mean for the way you're going to set your business up? How are you going to operate? How are you going to treat your team? How are you going to treat yourself and your family? How are you going to treat your vendors? And of course, how do you treat your clients? And what kind of clients do you want to go after? When you know your core values, it's much easier to determine the clients you don't want to do business with. So that's something to think about. What are my core values? What matters to me here? So I'd love to have you come and join us, or at least come and hang out and ask some questions. I'm Jono Brake, coming to you from the Badlands in South Dakota. As always, enjoy the journey.